Welcome back to Hernando Hot Rods. Today, I'm gonna try and get the headliner in this thing. I just got done vacuuming the inside. It is super hot in Central Florida here, but I'm gonna get everything kind of wiped down. The roll cage and everything was disgusting. I just wiped the dash. I vacuumed the inside like I said. So just enough to be crawling around in there. And let me show you guys the inside and what we're working with. So I haven't shown much of the interior of this car, but I just got the whole inside vacuumed. It was a mess. It still kind of is a mess. This whole front carpet's gonna get replaced, so I just left that there. Right now I need to measure the roof skin for these two panels, from this beam to the front and then from that beam to the back, because I'm gonna put some vinyl liner stick-on insulation in there. That's both thermal and sound. So gonna get that in there after I'm done measuring, cut it out, stick it up, and then we can get ready to do the bows, which sound lovely to do. And we're gonna get that up there. Right now I have the screws in here in this center pillar for the dome light. I'm gonna try and install all the screws prior to putting the headliner up. That way I can feel where they are, cut small holes, pop the dome light up. I'm removing this old wiring because I have a replacement pigtail here, and some of this stuff is looking pretty rough. I don't know if the camera will focus, but kind of chewed up, maybe a little crispy. And it looks like it comes down here, goes inside this hole, comes all the way across here, and then goes down the A pillar somehow, and I guess wires down there. So I don't know how I'm gonna get that fed, but right now that's the goal. I'll probably use some welding wire or something to yank it down. I'll let you know what I figure out. Got the headliner just cooking in the sun, letting all the wrinkles get out of it. It's a vinyl headliner, so I'm not sure how good it's gonna get. I tried steaming it a little bit last night, so we'll see. And then over here, I got the new pigtail for the dome light. And then this is all the old wiring I pulled out. It's got some crispy areas, so I'm glad I pulled this. You never know. Hate to burn down the whole car for a stupid dome light, but so I'm gonna use this, connect the pigtail up there, clamp it, and then I'm gonna run, I'm just gonna extend this so it could go back down across and then down the A pillar. So, gonna get after it. Okay, after a couple of hours of fighting with this thing, I have the new pigtail up here, going through these little channel clips, comes in across the top of the roof. I have it coming out right now because it's easier to pop back out and feed back in and down the A pillar. So I'm feeding it this way rather than trying to scoot it and have it make a downward turn. So I'm just feeding it this way, but I used a piece of heat shrink on the end of the wire with stainless actual wire on the end of it, so that it's tight enough to where I'm now feeding the wire down the A pillar and pulling it through the dash. So later on when I start the wire, the dome's already done in there. So I'm going to continue to feed this, get everything tight, and then there'll only be here to here, this hole to this hole sticking out, and I'll just have to put it, because the bow sits here, so I'll have to be under the bow or above it. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Maybe I can zip tie it to something or tuck it up here. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, but I'm gonna pull this down, feed it through. As you can see, I got the wire already there, so that's a W in my book. Got the dyno liner in. Still have the back half to do, but I gotta trim these front corners to clear the headliner. So far, looks pretty decent. Got the bows in the headliner. I had cut a little bit of material off the edge all the way down, except for this middle one, because the middle one just gets poked through. It doesn't actually act as a bow. There's no feet that come off the end. But I cut all of them to where the material just sits in this little slightly machined 45 coming off the feet, so all the feet are sticking out. And then on this back one, I measured it out of the material. I put a piece of tape on the center line so that it sits centered. And this is my center line for the actual material, but I could feel my tape. I don't know if you could really see it, but it's right here. And then I cut the access off to where the feet can actually poke in the holes, because look how long this side was. It went all the way down the C-pillar. So, and that's how much I cut off the other side. So now we're gonna try and get this thing plopped in the car. Got the headliner somewhat in, still droopy. Right now I'm just using these binder clips to just kind of clamp everything up. I'm tightening everything, and I'm gonna keep using these clamps until I get to the point to where there's minimum or no wrinkles. Then we can start stapling the stuff around the quarter glass and the bottom of the C-pillar. So I'm just gonna keep pulling this thing and using these binder clips. I have like 150 of them, so I'll be doing the whole perimeter before I actually lay any kind of glue or staples down. Got it pretty close. The back half is going to be dictated by the quarter glass being stapled. So that's what pulls the edges down. So I'm going to have to do that. But right now I think I'm just going to get the front half glued so that that can sit overnight and really dry up. And then I'll start messing with the quarter glass. Got the whole perimeter glued. That's why I have so many of those binder clips. On this far side, I already removed the clips and validated on the windlace and cut off the access. About to do the same thing here. About to remove all these clips and add this windlace on by just tapping it on with a mallet going around the door jamb here. So that's what we're about to do next. Got the windlace, going from the kicker panel all the way up here. This is still for the front of the headliner. And then you see the wind lace coming across here, and that's what pinches the material in there. Got a little extra to cut. I saw some over here too, but there you go. I still got, I think once I put the dome light, which goes right here-ish, that should help that. The whole back half needs to be pulled and stapled still. But the front half, not too shabby. Got all those clips holding the glued pieces in right now. And then that doesn't get wind lace, but it gets a plastic form of wind lace, not rubber. So that's what we'll probably do next, and then we can start doing the rear view mirror, the dome light, and then working our way back. So I have to staple around the sedan window here on the inside for the headliner. And this is what happens to my tack strips every time I staple into them, whether I use a hand stapler or my pneumatic one. So I picked up this masonite board. I'm going to cut into strips and then self-tap them to the inside of the window, or inside the window channel. And then I have to remove all that stuff, prep it, and then hopefully I should be able to staple the headliner into that, because it's just folding on my staples, and because the staples are hitting the metal, and then it's just crumpling them up and not even grabbing anything. So time to do that. Like, I have one staple I think that's grabbing right now, and the tack strip on the back side is just dust. All right, so I cut a piece of that masonite and just self-tapped it in there like I said I would, and so far it's holding. I used a hand stapler. It's not quite going in all the way. I'm gonna try the pneumatic one next. It ain't much, but it's honest work. You can see the masonite on the inside of this strip. I just have it self-tapped in there, and then the headliner is just gonna staple to the masonite. That's how I seen people do it on the 55, so different but same. Got the Nova rolled out today. I had to get some stuff out of the attic, so I just rolled it out of the garage, but just wanted to kind of showcase her off a little bit and flip the camera here, and I'll show you guys what the headliner looks like. Just wanted to show you guys the headliner. Got a little wrinkles in it, but it's as best as I could do with the 12-point cage in there. I mean, it's decent. Not my best work, but we'll leave it at that. Just enough to hide the insulation that's above it. I got the front half of the floor in pour 15. I just brushed that on just to seal the floor, because before it was just in rattle can primer. And I'm gonna lay some kill mat down on that, and then we can finish up the carpet. I had to remove the old carpet from when we replaced the firewall a couple of videos back. And then back here, did the same thing. Just coat everything in 415. I'm gonna lay some carpet down and try and get the fuel cell back down here. Got the headliner done. Starting to get the interior buttoned up. Got the trunk seal in. I'm still waiting for some more parts for the trunk. And we gotta make those inner quarters next. So that'll be next video. That's it. Thank you so much for watching Hernando Hot Rods. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and catch you on the next one. Peace!